Hi everyone. It's Monday. It's just after 12. I've been sat here for a good 30 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. You can't see where I am because apparently I'm somewhere really bright. There you go. Welcome to the reality of me. I look better with eyeliner on, but I weren't putting eyeliner on for a doctor's appointment. Yes, I've been with my doctor. Do you know what? Oh, right. I need to stop laughing. So, I am so tired. I couldn't get to sleep last night. I laid down late and I just couldn't get to sleep. I just couldn't switch off. Kept waking up. Is that van gonna park in front of me? Couldn't wake up. Someone parked next to me, you see. And I woke up about half an hour before my alarm with the start of a migraine, and I had a bit of a migraine last night when I went to bed. I was like, oh god, no. So I'd already took painkillers and some of my medication up with me because I knew I was probably going to get up late. I think I got up an hour and a half before I had to, I think I set my alarm an hour and a half before I had to leave at the latest for my appointment. You're going to have to go there for a minute. Yeah, I woke up and I took painkillers and I laid down and I thought, I bet I'm laid here for 20 minutes and then fall asleep 10 minutes before I've got to get up. But I literally I slept until my alarm went off, so I got another 25 minutes approx, and then my alarm went off, and then I was like, oh god, because I was actually dreaming. Like I didn't realise you could fall back into a dream so fast. So I'm having a dream and I woke up, I was like, oh god. I mean, I have felt worse and I have had less sleep before an appointment. Like I've gone to an appointment on an hour and a half sleep, or like I've rung triage, but this wasn't a triage appointment. This was actually booked 2 weeks ago, and she fitted me in the morning because there was nothing in the afternoon at the time. And I'm not a fan of morning appointments because it just means I have to get up. Even if I'm awake, I don't typically get up and about. I go on my phone, I mess around on my phone for ages, and that was not an option today. I am tired. Look odd, don't I? I wish I had some kind of mount so I could mount my phone and then I don't need to hold it in bad angles. But I'm tired and I just can't be bothered holding my phone up. Like I'm leaning on the door and leaning against the steering wheel to hold it, and I'm holding it like that, so it kind of, there's a car in front of me now, so it is uncomfortable holding it. Yeah, it took me ages to get ready, and I've got on like I just got a message because I told someone do you know what? There's no words for it. Like, your doctor thinking you're oh, honestly, like, I can't lift my phone up because there's someone in the car in front of me and British Gas is next to me, but I'm steaming up my windows. You see British Gas. Anyway, I've got like sweatpants on with a cropped sweatshirt that's oversized and it's got a tie in the waist, so I'm tying it a little bit tighter. So, and then I've got like a longer vest top that comes out. So, and I've got white trainers on because my trainers, I need a new pair of Adidas trainers. Do you know the ones that I wear? I don't think I've really shown my shoes, but I wear like Court Vantage shoes. There's some out at the moment, but they're like £70. But like I've not bought any for over a year. I bought 2 last year. The second pair I'm gonna clean up, and I've got some bicarb soda in them, and I was trying to get the bicarb out today, but because it's been in there weeks, it kind of stuck to the bottom of the sole, so I need to sort that out, so I might start wearing them. They're the same as my ones that I live in, but they've got red stripes instead of white stripes, and I was trying to put them on, but I've ended up in my Air Force One Nike trainers that I'm not a massive fan of, but it goes with my outfit. Anyway, got to my appointment. She come out for me about 5 minutes late, and I was like, I don't know if you realise I do this, but if I come about 3 things, I normally put the most difficult thing last. I said, but I'm going to talk about the difficult thing first. And I said, but actually I need to talk about something else really quickly. So I talked about something really quickly. Then I went on to the thing that I would normally leave till last, in the hope that we'd run out of time. Or what happens is we'll get to the last thing and she won't have time for it, so she'll book me an appointment. Then I'll talk about something else that's come up since, and then it goes back to the do you know, like the last thing again, so it goes back to 3rd place on the list. And sometimes I eventually get to talk about whatever it is, but sometimes I don't. Anyway, so I got the first thing out of the way, because I was really nervous and I was talking really fast about what it was. But I work up to things, so say I've got 3 things to talk about. Say one is to do with how I'm feeling. Say this isn't what I've gone about today, but I'm just doing an example so I can show you what I do. So one of them might be how I've been feeling. One might be I might want to talk about what we talked about the previous time, or one of the things that, and then there might be a 3rd thing where I might be unwell, so I might put that 3rd, and then the 4th thing will generally be something very difficult or something awkward to talk about. So we all have those things that are awkward that you don't really want to talk about, like, you know, you might have an intimate problem, like you might have burning or something. So that's the sort of thing I would put 4th place. So what typically will happen is I'll go to my appointment and then I'll kind of gauge what I'm going to talk about based on how she is with me straight away. So if she's pushing me, I will know straight away there's no chance I will get to the 4th thing if there's 4 things. So then I have a decision to make. I either move the 4th thing into 2nd place, or I abandon it completely. Then I have to decide out of the other 3 things. So I'll always talk about number 1, the thing that's top of the list. Sometimes it might come 2nd, it just depends on how she is with me. So if I don't get to talk about the 4th thing, you would think by default the 4th thing would go to the top of the list for the next appointment, but it doesn't. So if the next appointment I've got 2 things to talk about, it'll go in 3rd place. So sometimes I won't even get to 3rd place, because sometimes we'll talk about maybe the 1st thing on the item, I might skip the 2nd, and we might talk about something I've not planned to talk about, and then I've not talked about the other thing because it's last place and I've got distracted because I've gone on about something else. So eventually the things will eventually get talked about, because sometimes I might go in and I only have 1 thing, so that other thing that I've not talked about for like 2 months by this stage, I'll just put in 2nd place, so then I have something else to talk about. Anyway, so I got the 1st thing out of the way, and I like to work up to things, so I quickly talked about something that she's doing for me, and I got some paperwork back for last week. So then she's like, right, we'll talk about the thing that you're going to put off that you would normally put off. So I told her really quickly, because I panic and I can feel myself panicking, and I'm like, blah, blah, and I say it really fast. So then I had to have an examination, and then I started to talk about other things that was on my list but weren't. I didn't have a 1, 2, 3 or 4, but anyway, it's taken ages to get to this point, and the person's like sat in the car watching me talk away. So just before I'm leaving, or 5 minutes before, I said, can I start telling you something, because there's something that I need to talk about that I realised a few months ago I'm going to have to talk about with you at some stage. And I don't really want to do it, but I've been seeing things and hearing things that have triggered me relating to what it is. I said it's related, but it's kind of a different thing to what I'm going to tell you about, but it's the same area. And she's like, oh, where have you seen these things that have triggered you off? I'm like, oh, online and on TV, because I think she was trying to work out what I've seen. And I was like, and I knew, and I realised a few months ago, I'm going to have to talk to you about this, and it's probably going to be the hardest, or one of the hardest things I'm going to have to tell you. But I know I'm going to have to tell you because I keep seeing things related to it in one sense or another, and it's affecting me. So she was asking me questions, trying to gauge what it is, and I was like, I'm not going to tell you today just because it's the end of the appointment. I'm stressed. I was really stressed out, and it's hard. I said, but I know I'm going to have to tell you because it affects me as a person. It affects my daily life. No one really knows about it. And I was like, do you not know what it is? I said, because as a doctor, you probably spot things that the average person doesn't spot. And she's like, yeah, I do. So I'm like, well, do you know? She's like, no. And she's looking me up and down, and I'm thinking, please ask me, like, please know what it is and please ask me. And that's what I was thinking. And she's like looking me up and down, and she went, is it about you? I was like, no, that would be easy. Like, that'd be a million times easier than what I was trying to tell her. So then I felt a little bit mortified because she thought, so yeah, so she's booked me an appointment. It's quite a way off because she's off, which is a little bit of a ball ache. But now she's expecting me to tell her this big thing, and I was like saying to her, I don't know how I'm going to tell you because I know you're going to want me to show you it as well, because it's something physical about me. You're going to want me to show you. I don't know how I'm going to show you. So I'd already told her before she asked me about, like, talking about, I already told her that she would want to see what it is. So I can't show her my, but I just can't believe she thought I was trying to, I've just told someone and they think it's absolutely hilarious. I feel like an idiot because obviously I was saying things that was making her think that I'm trying. But yeah, that's the problem with hinting at things. But I thought she knew, or she suspected something, and she might suspect something but she doesn't want to say, because what if she says something and it's not that, and I'm like, oh God, is there something wrong with that? So after my awkward moment and sitting in my car for an hour, I'm going to show you what I got in the shop. I rushed around the shop because I desperately needed the toilet, and because I've been sat in the car for an hour, you know, and you know me, I don't like public toilets, especially the ones at Asda. So I got some minstrels. I like them out the freezer. They're £1 a packet. This is the first thing I picked up actually. Options white choc berry. I like the sound that it's got berries in it. White chocolate's probably quite sickly, but I feel because it's hardly any calories in it won't be too bad. It doesn't actually say what berries. It's got beetroot powder in. I wonder if it's pink, because that would explain why it's got beetroot powder in to make it pink. It doesn't, like, you'd think it was white, but let's see if it's pink. 20p goes to breast cancer awareness. I don't know if you know, but it's breast cancer awareness month. So if you can't afford to donate, just buying products you would normally buy. I know I wouldn't normally buy the white chocolate, but I have bought options in the past. I like the Belgian chocolate one. I don't know if I've got any. So yeah, 20p will go to charity. Big pasta and sauce. It was £1. I've accidentally caught something on it. It's probably something that was in the bag, so I need to put some cling film over that. Not for me because I don't like cheese and broccoli. I got the rainbow straws, so I got the normal silver ones last week, and they're quite good. I got used to them pretty much straight away. People are saying it takes some time, but it didn't with me. The only thing I find a little bit disappointed is you can't bend the straws. I know they're pre-bent. I know you can get ones that are just straight, which I don't think would suit me, but I just wish I could bend them. I feel like when they're in shorter glasses it would help if you could bend them a little bit more, but I don't mind. It stops me from buying loads of plastic straws. I used to use between 1 and 4 straws a day, and I stopped using straws early this year. I think I've got some paper ones left, And I did go on to paper ones, but again, you know, I'm using 1 to 2 a day, and it's paper, but these are long life, so for £2.50 I think they're a bargain. And you get a red, a green, a blue and a purple. You get the cleaning brush. So yeah, I definitely would recommend them. And it's the little things that matter to the environment. You don't have to make a big change if you're going through 1 to 4 straws a day like I used to. Just going on to these, that will last you a year or more, depending on how often you use them or if you lose them or whatever. Then it's definitely worth it. My mayonnaise has either run out or just about to run out. I do have a Vegenaise in the cupboard. I'm a little bit scared to try because it's not got egg in. So what does that mayonnaise taste like without egg in? Guess I'll find out. So that was £2 and it was next to this. They've got a section full of products that I've got the tickled pink thing on. So basically a percentage, I think it's 20p on every item. The last one said 20p. Does this tell you how much goes to charity on the front? No. 10%. So 20p. Oh yeah, 20p on that one. So it works out an average of that. 2 cherry Pepsi Maxes, a normal Pepsi Max, and there you go. So I'm filming before Instagram. In fact, actually, when I filmed earlier, I didn't film for Instagram at all. Well, I did one funny-ish clip. I mean, the police wouldn't find it funny, but I'll insert it if I've kept it. If I've kept it, I'll insert it. If not, obviously I can't.
Hello, is it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your...
My face is looking shiny. Do you know what I think it is? I think it's a combination of what I put on my face this morning. I put the Pixi Rose Balm on. I used my Rose Moisturiser as well. Maybe my foundation's packed for it, but it is 5:10 now. Can't remember what time I filmed. I think it was just after 12 or something like that. Do you know what? I've just been sat at home doing nothing. The plan was to go home, have something to eat quickly, have a drink, come straight back out, and I've just sat on the sofa and done absolutely nothing. Like, I'm not even joking. This is why I like this coat, because when I do it up, I can hold the camera wherever I want. Looks like I've got a tiny head in a big coat now. So basically I've got nothing to show for the afternoon, and I think it's because I'm tired, and also I'm not used to getting up and going out early in the morning. I mean, I know it was like going up 10:30 when I left my house, but I'm not used to it. But I could have got so much done, but because I'm tired, I've just sat there, not even filmed. I could have filmed for this channel. Do you know what? I've got this coming week for me, or last week for you, vlog edited and uploaded. So I've got a Tuesday video also, because I've got my ASOS video which almost went up yesterday, but I decided to go for the weekend vlog because I typically put my weekend vlogs up on that day. I'm sure they've just come back to the car up there. I don't know. So that's why I went for that decision in the end. But I was heavily leaning towards the ASOS video, to be honest, because that was the plan. Do you know what? I washed my hair last night and it's just flat. So I look like an egghead. So kind of my plan is to edit the weekend vlog now. Well, not while I'm sat here, but tonight. And I think I've got a lot of footage. I'll be honest, I did talk a lot. I started on Saturday and I hadn't planned on it at all, because I even said in, I think the last week vlog for me, but 2 weeks ago as you're watching this, I said I weren't going to film, and I wasn't. And then I was sat there Saturday afternoon and I felt really, really down, and I didn't know what to do with myself, and I just thought, well, film and just talk about how you feel, or just say you're feeling down, but you know, I don't need to go into details. So that's how it started, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have a filter on, because I didn't do my brows or anything until later in the afternoon. So I've come out to collect my prescriptions, but my doctor booked me an appointment this morning. Well, she booked me this morning's appointment, but she's booked my next appointment where she thinks I honestly don't know how I'm gonna face her next time, because she thought I was trying to tell her that and I'm not. I'm sorry anyone who's watching who might think that as well. I want to know why she thinks I'm I know I was trying to tell her something difficult, but I think telling someone that, for me personally, I don't think I would find it hard, because it's a thing. Like, I don't know what I said that made her think I was trying to tell her that I never asked her why she thought it, because I was just like, I don't know what I said to make her think that the thing that I'm trying to talk about is my... And now, so now I'm thinking, has she thought all this time, or has she just thought it today, or has she thought it over times? Like, oh. Anyway, when I'm meant to be facing her again in a few weeks' time, and she booked the appointment and she was doing it, and she's like, oh, I'm not in that week, I'm blah blah blah, can you come on this day at this time? I was like, yeah, can you write it down? She's like, hold on. And then I thought she'd booked it, but it's not showing on the app, so I think she's forgotten to book it, or didn't book it, or something, because normally, I know it doesn't show straight away, because last time I was there, well, not the last time, but the last time I was there and she booked it, it was on later in the afternoon. But I know there was one time when, do you know, when the other doctor rung me and she said, do you want to come and see me tomorrow? And I said, yeah. And she booked me in, it didn't show straight away. And there was another time when she booked me an appointment and it didn't show till later in the afternoon. But, you know, it's like 6 hours later and it's still not showing. So I have to go tomorrow, because when I was there, I forgot to order something because I didn't think it was due until next week. So I ordered the one that's due Thursday, and she gave it me. She's given me a prescription for something, the first thing I talked about, because normally I'll leave the worst things till last, and I was like, I'm gonna have to tell you this one first. And it weren't easy. I would have preferred to leave it till last, but I knew if I did, there was a chance I wouldn't get to talk about it, and it was something that definitely needed sorting. So I got a prescription for that. And then I forgot about the other thing, because in my head it isn't due till next week. So when I went on to look for the appointment, I just looked at my prescription list and it's due tomorrow. So I put the request through and it's already been accepted. So I'm going to have to go and collect that anyway. And she also wants me to drop something off. She wants me to drop something off for her. So when I go in, I'm going to say, you know, I've got this appointment, and she wrote it down for me so I can show them that it has been written down, and I'll just say, it's not showing on the online app, can you let me know if it's actually booked or not? And if it's not, depending on who it is, I'll say, can you please message her whilst I wait and see why it's not booked, or what. But I was just like, because I checked when I got to Asda like 15-20 minutes later and it weren't on, but then I thought, well, there's times when I've had an appointment booked and it's not shown for an hour or so, but I've checked a few times and it's not on. So obviously I need to see her, and I don't want to wait any longer than when that is, because it's longer than she wanted, because she tried to book it for a certain time and she's like, oh, I'm off that week. But oh, she said I'm off that day. And then she went, oh, I'm off that week, but I know she's in on the Tuesday. Well, she was on the Tuesday because there was an appointment for that Tuesday, so she's booked me in at the end of the week rather than at the start of the week. So yeah, I'm just confused why it's not up, but depending on who's on reception, they'll message her. If it's Danielle, she will refuse to message us whilst I wait. Katie will probably message her, and Alison would probably message her. So I'm hoping to get one of them on. I've not seen Danielle for a few weeks, and last time I joked, when I went in last week, I jokingly said to someone, oh, Danielle might have left, and I went, oh, I better not joke about it, because knowing my luck, she probably hasn't. Oh, the guy in the car behind next to me has just come back. So knowing my luck, I'll go in tomorrow and it'll be Danielle. But I need to go in anyway. I need to collect my prescription. This is not a flattening angle, is it? And I need to drop something off for her, and I need to ask about the appointment. And then I'm thinking, should I write her a quick note, because I've got to drop her something off anyway, to let her know. But then, you know, that's what the reception staff's job is to, you know, hopefully ask whilst I'm there, because I don't want that appointment to go. I didn't even realise she was in that day, but I think she's swapped, because the week after she's doing a day that she normally does that week. Oh, it's confusing. Anyway, so I'm at the shop and I filmed a lot already today. I mean, the last weekly vlog is about an hour and a half, and I don't want to do that. And I think that's why I started doing the weekend ones. But I said so much, and I think I said so much last week because I've not been saying much in general. So now I've got an hour and a half vlog, and then I've got a weekend vlog, and God knows how long that is, because I just talked and did loads of stuff. And now I'm talking a lot again. And I remember when I started the weekly vlogs, and if you've watched all year, you'll know, some weeks there were 4 parts, some there were 2, and I was lucky if there was only 1 part. Like, I want to film an hour a week, but at the moment, for some reason, I'm talking more. I've got a headache, I feel tired, I don't feel great. I've got a few things I need to do when I get home. I've had egg and toast soldiers this afternoon, like just over an hour ago, because I'm like 6 years old. But yeah, hopefully the appointment's booked, and hopefully it'll kind of show later on, if that makes sense. But it's never not shown, and it's weird because there's actually no appointment showing for me, and I always have one booked at all times. So the fact that there's not one booked, I'm like, and she might have accidentally done something wrong or cancelled it or not put it in, but I don't know what's gone on, but it's not there. She's never done this before, but I did ask her a question, but I normally ask her a question when she's doing it anyway. But I think she's got it up, wrote it down for me, and not booked me in, because she didn't type anything, and normally she obviously types your name in. Anyway, I'm going to do some Insta stories, and I'm going to go in the shop, I'm going to get my prescription, I'm going to have a quick walk around whilst I hopefully do my prescription. I hope they've got everything in, because I got 2 things today, and then I got something to collect from last week. And I was thinking of going to B&M, but at the same time I'm like, I don't know if I want to go now. I am sweating, but I've got like a sweatshirt on, a cropped one, I've got a vest on, and I've got the matching bottoms. Comfy AF, but I'm too hot. So I got 2 Quack yogurts, so 60p at Tesco. I love these, but I've got quite a few yogurts in the fridge, so I didn't want to go crazy. I got some mini marshmallows. These were in the baking section. I don't know how I ended up in that section, and it was the last pack. I thought I could probably put these in hot chocolate, but I don't know. I presume they're just normal marshmallows. I guess. I picked up this Black Pearl Luxurious Fabric Conditioner. It smells lovely. It's like $1.20. I don't need any fabric conditioner, but you know, I was just looking around, seeing what was in. I got this Garnier vitamin C shot. These are on offer for something like $2.32. The sheet's at the top and the liquid's at the bottom, and you put the sheet in the liquid and mix it, and it turns it into a gel, and then you put it on your face. So sounds interesting, so I'm going to give that a go. So I got 3 Dr. Beckman things. They're all on offer for £1. So I got the Dr. Beckman Restores Whiteness 2 sachets. So if your shirts are going a little bit grey, or your clothes, if you wear clothes, well, everyone wears clothes, but you know what I mean, then you put one of them in. Then I got the Colour and Dirt Collector. I've got 2 of these boxes on the go at the moment, but they're still on offer for £1, and I did say in a video, might have been the last video, the last weekend one or the weekly, I said if I see it on offer I'm going to get it again. And then I got the Glow White Maintains Whiteness, and there's 3 packets in there, so that maintains the white. Last time I got the, well, not last time I was there, but last time I was in this section, I got the Spiced Apple, and I wanted the Frosted Pine, and there weren't any, and I've just spotted this. I think it's on offer for £3. So this is going to go behind my front door when the one that's in finishes, but I think it's about finished. I love this smell. You'll know if you've been watching any of my videos, I've been showing you cans of it, because I've got loads of cans from last year, and I've already picked up one for this year, and I'm barely using any. And then I got 2 pairs of thermal socks. They had some that were like £7, these were £5, and they looked good, but you know, they were £7 or £8. I've had thermal socks from there before, and I don't know where they are because my socks always seem to go missing. Antibacterial. So yeah, I just picked them up as well. And that, other than a bag of drugs, is it. That clock is still wrong. Yes, the downstairs one, I put a battery in, and it's slightly the wrong time, but not for too much longer, about 3 weeks, but at least the battery's working. Anyway, I just want to document the fact that it's 10 past midnight, and I've just got in bed. I felt tired for a little while, like, I'll be honest, I've been tired all day, and I've got nothing done. Literally, I went to the doctor's, and I've been to 2 shops, and I've sat on the sofa all night and all afternoon, so I've had 0 productivity. Hopefully I'll have a better day tomorrow. Might be a stressful day because my MLT is happening in the morning. So I know this is in the past for me when you see this, but wish me luck. I don't want it to be bad news. I'm expecting bad news, but I hope it's not too bad. I think that's the best I can do without it falling. I can sit up a little bit. So I've been sat here over an hour, or maybe just an hour to be honest. The colour will sort itself out soon. If I move, it'll probably. It's 10 past 6. Actually, I should have made my video go live this Tuesday before I started talking, but so I've been sat here, and surprise, well, shock horror, I've not actually done any Insta stories because I don't know what to say. Did I film when I went to bed? I got into bed at 12:15, fell asleep about past, and I slept for about 10 hours. I had a few it's even worse, isn't it? A few waking up where I woke up for a little bit, but I don't know if I should allow myself to sleep as long as my body wants me to sleep and potentially get too much sleep, or if I should set an alarm. Problem with setting an alarm is, if I know there's an alarm set, I wake up a lot. But I was so tired last night. Not so tired I'm fighting sleep, but I was tired and I knew I was ready for bed. And I did promise myself I wouldn't keep myself up all night if I needed to go to sleep, and it was 12 o'clock, so you know, I think that's a reasonable bedtime. I've been sat here a long time. I'm really struggling at the moment. All the online stuff, and I'm sorry about my voice, I probably need to drink a lot more than what I've just drank. It's my painkiller that does this to my voice, but I had it like an hour and a half ago. I didn't actually mean to come to this shop, but I'm just so stressed out today. But the online stuff, the bullying, the lies by the girl from Burr Burners, and the other people who had a go at me and weren't very nice to me, even though they knew I was very suicidal, they attacked me. And then my so-called ex-friend lying to the police and lying to other people about me for attention. That's the only reason I can think someone would continuously lie. It's affected me a lot. I feel like I'm not being myself with a lot of people, and I'm trying, and there's days when I'm better than other days, and it's just a really difficult situation, and it's knocked me massively because for a long time I didn't talk to people, and then I started talking to people, and I just felt constantly compelled to talk about and promote businesses. One, I stopped promoting as much Lavanda Cosmetics because of a bath bomb damaging my bath, and she's accused me of slander. I mean, she has a lot to learn about life and business, because telling people that a bath bomb stained my bath isn't slander, it's the truth. And you know, slander would be if I was making up lies and telling everyone or whatever. I'm not lying, I'm telling the truth, and I can prove it because I've got a video of me putting the bath bomb in the bath, and you can see the bath is completely white, and you can see when I get out the bath it's stained, and it's all time stamped and dated, so it is the bath bomb. But I stopped buying from her because she was ripping people off with the postage. It was like $6.50, and she was sending it under 1 kilogram weight, and it was under £3 cost to her, and she was like getting double, and it's actually illegal to do that. And she did it quite a few times, and then I stopped buying from her. I had too many of her bath bombs anyway, and I wasn't really using them. And yeah, but then there was another business, House of Ashes. Every time I used a product, I was constantly promoting it, and I just felt like I had to, and it wasn't really healthy for me, and it just felt like constant promotion, and I was getting nothing for it. And they used me because when I came along, they was hardly getting any sales, they didn't have that many followers, and seeing as one of them has over 10,000 followers, it was, you know, it just proves that big followings doesn't equal sales. And I got them quite big, and I got them a lot of attention, and because of me they are thriving, and I got no thanks for it. I just got her lying to the police about me. So it has knocked me. It's really taken a toll on my mental health. My anxiety's gone through the roof. I've had to be medicated for it, and you know, it's like, who can I trust? And the only person that I truly 100% trust is my doctor, and I frustrate her, and I don't blame her for getting frustrated with me. It's hard when she has a go at me, and because it upsets me, because she's the only person that I trust, and to have her have a go at me, here you go, make it hard. But the last few times I've seen her, we've kind of discussed why she does it, and I totally get why she does it, and I get why she gets frustrated with me. but I don't think she quite gets why I can't do everything that she wants me to do. And maybe one day I will be able to. But yeah, I'll be honest, it has knocked me, it has had an effect on me, it has made me worried about who do I talk to, who do I trust, who do I have in my life. And you know, they weren't real friendships, and she said we were close friends, but the day where there was potentially something wrong with my heart, she didn't even bother to ask me how I was. And that's not real friendship. When she was having a bad time or she was in hospital or whatever, I was always checking on her. But that just shows who I am as a person and who she is as a person. But there's other stuff going on, and I don't put everything on here, and I never have done. I kind of half smiled then because the Inspector Michael is once said that I'm putting all my life on it, but I'm definitely not. But there's stuff going on, and I'm stressed out a lot, and you know, I'm realising a lot of things, and there's things that are going to have to happen that I don't particularly want to happen, but things can't carry on the way they are. And I feel like if I let things carry on, I'm either going to have some kind of breakdown or I'm going to take my own life, because there's only so much anyone can put up with. So I briefly talked about something with my doctor yesterday. There was a few conversations that went on. I mean, the first thing I talked about was the thing that I typically leave till last, and I said to her, I don't know if you do this, I don't know if you know that I do this, but I will generally leave the most important thing till last because I have to work up to it. And I said, I'm not going to do that today because I'm going to have to talk about that first. And it was simply because I couldn't not talk about it, because if I didn't get to that item on the list, I would have had to wait over 2 weeks for my next appointment, and I couldn't cope with what is wrong with me to go on for another few weeks. So I got it out of the way first and had to be examined, and then it was over and done with pretty quick. So then, what did I talk about? My phone dropping off all the time. It used to actually stay on. I've got a new phone case, so it's not staying on as well as the last phone case did. Talked briefly about the last appointment and the things we discussed then, and then I started to tell her about something that I realised I was going to have to talk about a little while ago, and I wasn't going to talk about it right now because my appointment yesterday was actually about something that I was meant to talk about at the previous appointment, but because I was so stressed out about other things, that's what I talked about then. So this appointment yesterday was made to talk about what I was meant to talk about in the previous appointment, and because other stuff had happened and something health related cropped up, that's what I had to talk about. So I'm wondering if I'm ever going to get to talk about the thing I originally went to talk about. A couple of appointments ago. So I hate the angle, but it won't hold, and now I'm having to lean forward and people are probably wondering what I'm doing. So I can't remember what I was saying, but so I said to her, before I go, can I start telling you about something? And I said, it's something that I want to tell you at my next appointment, but I want to start telling you about it now so you know a bit about it and why I need to talk about it. So she's like, go ahead. And I think she was trying to get me to tell it her all, but I knew I wouldn't be able to. And the reason why I'm having to talk about it sooner than planned, I mean, I didn't have a date in my head. I didn't have the 20th of April in my head. I think I said that date yesterday, but I didn't think it would be this year, I'll be honest. But I knew a few months ago, I realised I'm going to have to tell her. I'll talk to her about it. So I said, you know, I realised a few months ago I'm going to have to talk about this. And I also, but there's been a few things that I've seen or heard recently that's kind of triggered it off to get me to the point where I'm going to have to talk about it a lot sooner, because I'm seeing and hearing things kind of related but not related that I'm finding upsetting. It's just like, oh, where are you seeing these things? I'm like, oh, online and like YouTube, that sort of thing. And I think she was trying to get, oh God, these went in the shop ages ago, and I was sat here, and I'm still sat here, and they're like looking at me like she was sat there before. I have been here well over an hour. Don't want to go home particularly. I was like, it's going to be probably one of the hardest things I'm ever to tell you. And I tell you what, I was panicking, my heart was racing, my palms were sweating. It's just like, I'm like, do you not know? Because I was hoping she had an inkling. She's like, no. I'm like, have you not noticed anything? Do you not? I said, because as a doctor you do notice things that, you know, the typical person doesn't notice. And she agreed, they do, because they must notice things. Like when they examine you, they must notice things about you that, you know, well, people wouldn't be looking at the body parts the doctor's looking at anyway. So she thought it was about something that it isn't about, and I don't know how I can face it after what she thought it was about. Because I said to her, I know when I tell you, you're going to want me to show you. And then she was like, and I said it about 3 times, and then she said, are you trying to tell me something about such and such? And I was like, do you think I'm trying to tell you this? She's like, well, I don't know. And I'm like, well, no, I'm not. And I said, and what confused me was the thing that she thought I was trying to tell her, it wouldn't involve me showing her anything. And I'm thinking, what can I possibly show her after I've told her that, if that's what I was telling her? So it was, I feel really awkward now, because she thinks I'm trying to, and I might be able to tell you in a video after I've told her what I'm actually planning on telling her, but I'm a little bit mortified at what she thought I was trying to tell her. I'm dying to tell you, but I want to speak to her first to ask her if she's suspected this before I was hinting at what I'm hinting at, or if it was because I was hinting at something. But, oh my God, I'm definitely not trying to tell her that. Yeah. But we did talk about something that there's just stuff going on that I'm really stressed out about, and see, I've worked really hard and I've put up with a lot to live where I live, and I've given up a lot of things that I wanted to do, and I've been stopped from doing things, and I've realised that it's been all for nothing. I've got really nothing to show for it, because if my dad died, I couldn't afford that house, basically. And it's been hard for me to realise that I've given up everything for him, because that's what's been demanded of me, but I've got really nothing to show for it if you think about it. So I'm really stressed out about that and other things. And then my car went for its MOT today, and it failed, which I knew. I mean, it would have been nice if it didn't, but I knew it was going to fail because I had a service, and when they do a service they look at certain things, and I had advisories to say that I definitely would need at least 1 new tyre, and I would do my brakes doing. So I was holding on to the hope that maybe I would get away with my tyres for a couple more months. I don't mean all, I just mean my back tyres. And I was hoping, because my tyres are massive, they're 18 inches and they're only an inch smaller, like the width that way, because they're wide as well, than a Porsche tyre. So they're not cheap tyres. So one of the tyres had to be replaced, and my dad had said to me basically that if it fails on the tyres, I can have tyres as my birthday present. And as much as I didn't want tyres as a birthday present, because it's not exactly an ideal present, I use my car every time I leave the house. I wouldn't leave the house if I didn't have a car. My car has cost me a lot of money. My car's important to me, so I was just like, I just thought, well, you know, it's a present at the end of the day. I can't afford to replace my tyres personally, and you know, I need my car, and it's a better present than I got last year, because I got me falling off more for some reason. Basically, I got nothing for my birthday last year, and I hate that this keeps falling off. Yeah, I got nothing. So I was just like, right, yeah, if you want to place my tyres as my gift, that's fine. So I thought either the garage or my dad would phone me to tell me, like, if it had failed or not. And it got to maybe 11 or just before. And I'm thinking, well, it was the first car in at 9. MOTs take about 45 minutes to an hour. I should know either way. So I text my dad and I'm like, you know, where's my car, what's going on? Oh, you'll have it back at 2 o'clock. So I'm thinking it's either passed, and well, actually I didn't think it had passed, because if it had passed I would have had it back in the morning. I thought, oh, it's just passed on something small, or it's needed tyres and he's just giving them the go ahead and they've got me the tyres that I want. So I didn't think anything of it, and then maybe an hour later I texted him and I said something like, well, did it fail? Because he hadn't told me, and I'm thinking, well, what did it fail on? Because I guessed it had failed, but I didn't know what it had failed on. So I was like, what did it fail on? Oh no, did it fail? And he's like, unfortunately, yes, it did. I think he said, like, I'll tell you about it later. And I'm thinking, well, why is he not telling me? Has it got new tyres or not? Because I wanted to know if it had new tyres, because if it hadn't got new tyres, then I would be able to work out what I wanted for my birthday. And I wanted to buy something online, and I didn't know if I'd had the money to buy anything online, because I didn't know how much it was going to cost me, if it was costing me anything. So I was like, you know, what's it passed on, what's it failed on, what have they told you? And I think he said something like, they're doing the work and I'll find out how much it is when I pick it up. And then I started to think, there is no way he has told them to do the work without asking them how much it is, because we might be able to get it somewhere cheaper, or if it's a lot of money, he did actually warn me, if it was a serious amount of money, I might have to wait till next week to get the bits done to it. And I said, well, I might not have a car for a week, because if it fails on something major, yeah, stare at me, LM65 double DF. Should have seen the dirty look, because they've been sat there watching me having a chat to myself. Yeah, and then she laughed at me because she thought it was amusing. Well, obviously you're driving the car that your husband bought for you, because you probably stay at home and do nothing other than have coffee mornings. So alarm bells started to ring in my head, because I thought, there is no way he's told them to just get on with it. He would have been told what it had failed on and how much it was going to cost. So I said something along the lines of, and it was in a text, I hope it wasn't a tyre, or if it was a tyre, I hope you've told them to get the matching ones to the front. And he went, oh, I'll find out when I pick it up. So then I knew for a fact that he had told them to get the cheapest tyres possible, which meant they wouldn't match. So I was like, you need to ring them and ask them what tyres they've put on, because clearly a tyre or tyres have been done, and I'm not accepting anything other than what's already on. So basically, this is taking ages. He had told them, well, actually started lying, and he just said they never gave him an option. But you know that you do get an option, and the option would obviously be to get the matching tyre on to match all the rest of the tyres. You would not say, because it was only one, by the way, I found out, you wouldn't say to them, oh yeah, just get a tyre, but it doesn't matter that it's not going to match the rest of them. So we ended up having a massive argument, and I basically laid down the law with him, and I said, you're not doing this to me, you're out of order. We had a conversation weeks ago when I knew the tyres were going to get done before the end of the year, and I said to you, I want matching tyres. And I had a puncture, if you remember, I don't know if I talked about it, I had a puncture, and we got a quote for the tyres. And he had mentioned then, if you need your tyres done, you know, you can have it as a present for your birthday or Christmas, depending on when they needed doing. So he had deliberately ignored my request and what I wanted with my own car, and he had told them to put a tyre on. And you would think that he had got a tyre that was half the price. He'd saved about £20 with this tyre, and I would have put the £20 to it if that was all the issue was. And he started lying to me, and he told me a lot of lies. I mean, the amount of lies he told me, I just don't know why he just, like, all he does at the moment, or for a long time, is tell lie after lie after lie. Like, the first lie was they'd not told him what was wrong with it. The second lie was that they'd not told him how much it would cost. The third lie was that they didn't ask him what tyre he wanted. The fourth lie was there was just lies, right? And I just said, like, don't bring my car home unless it's got the matching tyre on. If they've put another tyre on, and as you say, they've done it without your permission, then they've done it illegally, because they're supposed to get your permission. And I said, and you know for a fact I'm not going to accept that tyre, so I don't know why you've told them to put on a cheaper tyre, because you should know there's no way I would have it on my car. So he said, oh, they can't get a title tomorrow, knowing that I needed my car today. And I was like, well, that's a load of rubbish, because I know it's in stock at such and such a place, because I knew it was in stock because I checked, and they can get the tyre. And he went, well, they're telling me they don't know if the supplier will take it back off them. And I said, there's something called a cooling off period, and if they've bought it off someone, they have a cooling off period where they can give it back. I said, they can't not give it back. I want it taken off my car, and I want the tyre that I want putting on it, because it had obviously passed its MOT, because they put that tyre on and passed it. And I said, I don't want it on. I said, take it off and find out and see if the other place can drop the tyre off for them to put it on. And he's like, well, they're saying they're going to charge me to take the tyre off. I said, well, according to you, they didn't have your permission to put it on to begin with. I said, do you want me to get my solicitor involved? Because I'll get him involved and he can find out the truth, because you are clearly lying. I said, but you're telling me they've done all this work without even contacting you, without asking you if it's okay, and they put a tyre on without your permission. So I'm going to sue the garage. So then he admitted they had actually told him, because I was going to definitely ring my solicitor up and tell him to contact them. And then I said, right, get the tyre off my car, and I want it home by 2 o'clock. I need to go out. I'm not waiting. You've stressed me out. I'm not putting up with this. I said, this is the last time you're going to ignore me, and you're going to do something that I don't want you to do. I said, I don't know what you expect me to do, but if you come on with that on my car, and I was really dramatic, I said, I'm going to slash the tyre. I said, I don't care. I don't want that tyre on my car. You don't have my permission to do that, and you don't have my permission to have my car after 2 o'clock. I will ring the police if it's not home at 2 o'clock. So then he, what did he do? He said, he kept saying, we can't have the title tomorrow. They can't get hold of it till tomorrow. I said, well, I know where it's in stock. I said, I want the tyre on my car. So the next thing is, they can't do your tyre till 3 o'clock. and not the place where I got the MOT, at the place where the tyre was in stock. I said, right, I want it back at 3:30 because I know it takes, I think it takes about 20 minutes to take it off, put the new one on and balance it. So, and I said, this is the last time you'll do this to me. I'm not putting up with this anymore. I'm not having you dictate, lie to me, manipulate me. I'm not having this anymore. And I was angry because I'm just sick of this. And this might seem small to you, but this is my life. He can totally ignores me, contradicts, he lies to me constantly, he manipulates things, and he deceived me because he made out he didn't know what they were doing, and he kept lying and saying they didn't tell him and that he didn't know what tyre they were putting on. But they told him what tyre they were putting on. They're not allowed to. They would have asked him, do you want the same quality? Because I have, like, you can get low range, medium range or high range tyres, and when I needed 2 front tyres last year, I got high range. I got the most expensive ones because I wanted them to last me longer, because cheaper tyres don't last you longer. Sometimes, yes, you can't afford the more expensive tyres, but because my tyres are so big, they're a lot of money anyway. So I think, you know, from low range to medium range there was like a £20 difference, and from low range to the high range there was a £60 difference or £50 difference. So it wasn't a massive amount of money in comparison. So, you know, I might as well have the better tyres. So he took it to the place not too far from where I am now, because he rung them up and they was like, oh, she had such and such, we have them in stock. So he took it and he rang me up 20 minutes after it was meant to have been put on, and it turns out that he didn't get the tyre taken off at the garage when I told him to, because he could have had it took off and had the spare wheel put on, and he drove on it. So that means they will not accept that tyre now. And he said to me, do you want me to just have the new tyre put on the other tyre, so then you've got 2 new tyres, and I promise you in 1 week's time I'll have it took off and I'll replace it again, so then you've got 2 new matching ones that match the front tyres. And I was like, no. I said, I want the tyre taken off that I told you to have took off 2 hours ago. I said, you've known for hours and hours and hours, you've let them do the work, you've let them put a tyre on that you knew I wouldn't accept. I said, I don't know what you thought was going to happen when you come home with the wrong tyre. I said, did you really think I would have said, oh, that's absolutely fine, thank you for ignoring my wishes and putting on a tyre and saving yourself 20 quid? Because what actually has happened now is he's had to buy the tyre that he originally had put on, and he's had to buy a second tyre as well. So now I've got 4 matching tyres, but one will need replacing in a few months' time because it doesn't need replacing, but obviously it's not going to last forever. I think they've said I need to change it within the next 6 months. So I don't believe that he's going to change the other tyre, but he has been quite stupid by not getting them to take it off, because the second you drive away on that tyre, there's no way they're going to accept it. So now he's got this tyre that won't fit his car, because his tyres are really small, they're like 14 inches and they're not very wide. It's got brighter because it's getting dark outside and the car park lights have come on, because I've been here an hour and a half now. My vlog's going to be long. It's going to be a 2-parter this week. It's going to have to be. So he's got this tyre and he's like, well, I need you to drive the car. I said, well, you could have got them to put the spare tyre on. I said, but now you've drove away with that tyre and you're going to be stuck with that tyre. And also he didn't leave me my MOT certificate or the bill. So, and I think he's probably got a tyre that is either not new or it's cheaper than what he actually told me. So he lied to me, deceived me, he ignored my wishes, and if it really was just to save 20 quid, I would have happily given him the 20 quid. And, you know, he's done stuff without my permission, he's not told me, and, you know, I knew when he wasn't telling me what he'd failed on, what he was doing. I had this feeling he's hiding something, because why wouldn't you tell me what he'd failed on? And it took him ages to answer the question when I said, I hope they've not put a tyre on that I don't want. It took him about 20 minutes to reply. So I'm angry. I screamed down the phone at him because he kept ringing me. I actually did. I pulled it away and I screamed and I put it down twice because he kept ringing me up and asking me to wait. He said, can't you just have this tyre for a little while? And I'm like, no, I want the tyre put on that I wanted. And I told him to have it took off and he didn't. He ignored me again. And he was like, and he was going to have the other new tyre put on the other side. And he was like, just drive around for a little bit. And I'm like, I'm not having one odd tyre. No. And you might think I sound spoiled, but I'm not. He ignored my wishes. He didn't tell me what was wrong with my car. He lied. He told me they carried out work without permission. And he also lied and said that they put a tyre on that he didn't know they were going to put on. And I said, if I ring up and find out that's not true, I'm going to have nothing to do with you. And he admitted it weren't true. Well, he partly admitted. And I just said, right, I'm going to get my solicitor to contact them tomorrow. So we'll see what he says to me later, because he come home and I was upstairs. And I thought, and he made me wait till 4:20 as well. My car was meant to be home at 2. Then it was meant to be home at 3:30, and he come home nearly an hour late. He didn't bring my MOT certificate in. And he didn't give me the bill. So that makes me think he might have got a reconditioned tyre. I don't think they're allowed to do them anymore, I'm not sure. But he either got a reconditioned tyre or he got it cheaper than he's telling me. But in the end, it's cost him a lot more money, because he's then had to go and buy the tyre that I originally wanted. And also, he's now got a tyre that I'm not even going to have on my car. And he's got no money apparently now. But that's his own fault that he's ended up buying 2 tyres. Not my fault. And I'm not having him dictate and control me anymore. I've had this for years and years and years, longer than I'm even going to say on here. And I should have had this before I put mint flavoured lip gloss on. I've got some Leibniz, these. Because just before he stressed me out, I made 2 slices of toast. Then I read his message. And then I found out he'd lied to me. And then I couldn't eat, so I'm not eating today. I'm not happy. He knew what he was doing and he deliberately didn't tell me it had failed, and then he didn't tell me why it had failed, because he knew what I was going to say. But I don't know what he thought would have happened when he came home with a tyre that I don't want on my car. So, just after 8, I've just got home. I think I just got home just after my dad, because I saw him in the hallway, and he made a quick exit upstairs because he knows I'm not happy. I've just found out he lied about the cost of the tyre that he told them to put on. It was £60 cheaper, so it was a cheap tyre. I don't know what he's done with it, but yeah, anyway. Do you know what? I'm sick of the lies. That's the last lie he's going to have a chance to tell me. That's a promise. He's not going to do it anymore. I'm not being lied to. So I got a tin shop tomatoes. I picked this up. They had another one, but this is what caught my eye, and I've never seen it before. Vegetable curry mix, just had chicken, chopped tomatoes, that's why I got that. I do have some in the cupboard, but that's replacing it. Water and salt. It just says add chicken to a pan and fry until brown. Brown, add a tin of chopped tomatoes or passata. Oh, I wish I knew it said passata, because I've got loads of passata and I'm going to use passata. And a stock cube, empty contents of curry kit, add 100 ml of water, bring to the boil. Reduce the heat and simmer for 30 minutes or until the vegetables are cooked. Or you can do it in a slow cooker. If you want to know the vegetables, they are red onions, cauliflower, diced potato, green bean spice mix, garlic, pureed ginger, pureed coriander, diced red chilli. So, I mean, it might be too spicy for me, but I'm going to try it anyway. I also got these in that section. I can't believe how cheap they are. I'm going to have half of them with that instead of rice, I think, because that's what I fancy anyway. I think it was last week or the week before I got the Cadbury's Caramel cupcakes, and they were absolutely gorgeous, better than I expected. And every time I've gone in since, I've gone to look for them and they've not been in. Probably they've sold out. So these were on offer for £1 instead of £1.50, and I wouldn't normally get a donut other than Krispy Kreme, but I thought if it's half as good as the what's it called, the cupcake, it's going to be amazing. I got this giant box of Frosties. I almost got the kilogram box of cornflakes because it was the same price, and I think I'm going to go and get them later in the week. And it was only because I only had one carrier bag, and the box would have took up the carrier bag, whereas that left me just enough room to squeeze this lot in. I think it was £2. I got garlic and herb baguette slices. What annoys me about this is the low fat one, or the whatever it is, reduced fat, is 25p more. So I'm refusing to pay the 25p more, and I'm getting the full fat ones. And these have been out of stock for a few weeks, and I was getting very low, so I got some unscented tea lights. And that's it. I'm going to start cooking my curry in a minute. I'm hungry. Well, I don't actually feel hungry, I'll be honest. But I think it's because I'm stressed out because of the person that I live with his numerous lies. Telling someone to put a cheap tyre in my car, telling me it cost over £100, and me to find out it cost well under £100, and it was probably second hand or a dodgy one. I recognise that car and reg, DY64. I think it's LUT. It's because it's side on to me. It's in front of me, but it's side on, and it's a silver BMW Estate. I'm sure it's an undercover police car because they've got one of them, and I can't remember what colour it is. Well, it's definitely not that one because the person that's got out is got out wearing a bright orange coat, and I'm pretty sure the police don't wear a bright orange coat. But I know there's a local unmarked police car that's that shape BMW. But I think theirs is a dark blue or a light. I think it's a dark blue or a silver, and that's silver. So I don't think it's that one though. Well, I know it's not that one because he just got out with 2 children. Anyway, I've just been doing Insta stories because I've discovered if I have my camera this way, I can do that. But I have to film this way for Instagram and for YouTube. I'm leaning on the door at the moment. So that's a bit of a ball ache. So I've just done about 50 stories. I put hashtags on the first 10, and then I thought I'm not hashtagging anything else because it takes up so much time. Like, I filmed 50 stories in the time it probably would have took me to hashtag 10. So yeah, I just talked about some suspicious behaviour on my street today with this man walking around most of the day knocking on doors with a small child, and he keeps coming back. And he didn't knock on my door, and this is the first time I noticed him was because they were stood on my path talking, and he obviously read the sign on my door, because the sign on my door saying don't knock if you're trying to sell anything, or we're not expecting you, if you knock we'll phone the police because you're trespassing. And it also goes on about CCTV, so he's one of the few that haven't ignored that. But as I was leaving and getting ready to leave, I was in the kitchen and he walked back on the street. I think it's the 3rd or 4th time I've seen him today as well, and he walked back on the street with this young lad who was about 9 or 10, and he went to the house almost opposite me and knocked, and I knew they weren't in because there was no cars outside. But as they were like stood there, he came back from work, and then he got them into conversation. Well, they got him into conversation. Then it started pouring it down just after I got in my car, and they followed him to the under his porch, and they were talking there for ages. And then someone turned up, I think to drop their dog off, and then they were still there when I left, but he kept looking across at me, this man, because I thought when I saw them walk on the street, because they kept looking at my house, I kept thinking they're going to come and knock on my door, or they're going to try and get hold of me as I walk out. but they'll get told I'm not interested and to stay away from my property, basically, because it is trespassing. My arm's killing, and I won't put up with it. Like, there's footage of him coming on the street numerous times today. We don't normally get people trying to sell stuff. The last time anyone knocked on my door, I was stupidly stood in the kitchen, not dressed. Like, I had clothes on, but I weren't dressed, and he was trying to get me to let him cut my hedge. I'm really fussy about my hedge because I've been growing it, and I don't want someone to come along and lob half the length off. And I was like, no, it's okay, we've got a gardener. Well, we did have a gardener, but we don't because he retired. But I'm not having a randomer knocking on my door with some ear defenders on, telling me that he's come. We actually said, I've come to cut you a hedge, and I'm like, well, you haven't, because we've not. But she's like, well, it looks like it needs doing. I'm like, well, I've got a gardener. He's like, oh, so you've got a gardener then? I'm like, well, yeah. He's like, so you don't want it doing? I'm like, well, no. But I wouldn't just have a random stranger knock on my door, because, yeah, he had the ear defenders on and a bloody hard hat. I mean, I don't know why he needs a hard hat on for cutting hedges, but do you know what I mean? He was literally walking round, spotted mine needed a trim, and it's a mess. It's like overgrown. But I'm growing it, and I don't want someone to come along and take too much off, because I've been growing it for years. Like, I've literally been growing it for years. And now, like, when it's in full bloom or fully leaved or whatever the terminology is, it covers my car just about from my kitchen window, and it also stops people from looking in as much. They can't see as much because my kitchen's at the front of the house, and I don't want people looking in. Anyway, it's 20 to 7. I got out of the house late. I needed to wash my hair and stuff, and I could have got out hours earlier, but I'm feeling quite down today. I had a massive argument with my dad when I got home last night, and I can't cope with him anymore. I can't cope with the situation that I'm having to put up with. He's constantly lying to me, he's constantly controlling me, he's constantly belittling me, putting me down, deceiving me. And, you know, my doctor's making me see things about the situation, and, you know, I've hidden what goes on because I didn't know what was going on was wrong. And I know there's things that go on that make me feel uncomfortable, but I didn't know if they were wrong. And I said to my doctor the other day, like, I said to her, what if I tell you something and it's not something that they're doing wrong? And she said, well, if they're making you feel uncomfortable, then it is wrong. So apparently he's doing wrong things, and I know some of it's wrong, and it's just a really difficult situation because I'm in a really tough situation. I don't know how to explain it, but I've given up a lot of things to live in the house that I live in. I've been made to feel like crap for years. I've been lied to, I've been lied about, I've heard him lying about me, and that's upsetting because all I ever do is defend him and stand up for him and hide things. And he lies about me, and he lies to my face, and he got me so stressed out. Like, yesterday I sat in my car for 2 hours, and it didn't feel like 2 hours. I know I chatted on here for a bit, but it didn't feel like 2 hours because I was so stressed out and worked up. I didn't know what to do with myself. I just wanted to scream and scream and scream. And then I came home, and he'd just come home just before me, and he was stood in the hallway, and he realised I'd come home, and he made an exit upstairs because he knows I'm not in a good mood with him because of what he was doing yesterday and how he deceived me and then lied and lied and lied and lied. And then I was in the kitchen cooking, and he came downstairs, and it just kicked off, and he told me more lies, and then he wouldn't own up to the lies that he'd already told that I proved were lies. And then I said something to him, and he denied it. And what I'd said to him, he'd actually done. And I know because he's done it to me, it's something he's done to me. And I just thought, how can you stand there or sit there, because he went and sat on the bottom of the stairs, and lie knowing that I know it's true because it's something you've done to me. And I was like, I can't believe you're lying like that. And he just was really ignorant. He wouldn't respond, and I was so angry and frustrated. I literally stood in the kitchen and screamed, and I ended up with a really sore throat. It's still a little bit sore today because I was so angry that he lied like that, and he knows I know it's true because it's something he's done to me. And I just thought, if you could lie like that to my face, what are you saying behind my back? And I was just like, I can't cope with this anymore. And I said to him, I hate living with you. I feel trapped. You keep me here for your own selfish needs, which is true. And I can't cope with this anymore. I can't cope with what you're doing to me. I can't cope with the lies. I can't cope with you treating me like a slave. I can't cope with it. It's wrong. And I only know a lot of it's wrong is because obviously I've been talking to my doctor, and she's picked up on things, or I've told her things, and she's been telling me for a long time. And everyone always says to me, like, until you're ready to hear it or ready to do stuff about whatever it is, you never will, or it'll just carry on. And it's hard because I've given up so much to live in that house. Every time I wanted to do something, he stopped me from doing it. I know I'm not gonna get into it because I don't want to sit here and cry. But it's hard. And after the argument, I was so frustrated with him and everything that he's made me give up. And then he just turns around and lies, knowing that I know the truth. And I went and sat down, and I got loads of tablets out, and I wanted to take them all. I can't see any other way out of this than to just kill myself. And that's how he is making me feel at the moment. He's been making me feel like this for a long time, and every now and then we will clash badly like this. I mean, this is probably worse than it's ever been. And then I'll tell him how much I hate living with him and I hate what he's done to me. And eventually I'll calm down over the coming weeks, and then it'll be back to stage one again. Me being trapped and him controlling me. And I didn't realise the level of control till my doctor told me. And no one can understand why I won't leave, but when you've given up everything you've ever wanted to do for him, because he stopped me in various different ways, and I've got nothing to show for it. I've got, like, if he dies, I can't afford that house. And by the way, I'm not being dramatic about him dying. He's actually quite old. He was an older dad when I was born. And I know it's not the norm these days for people to have children in the 40s and 50s. But when, like, 20 years ago it wasn't. But he's a lot older than anyone thinks. He's actually old enough to be my granddad. Because we worked it out, he is. And it's like, I've given up all this, not by choice, by him making me feel like crap or telling me I can't do it, and I've got nothing. He just makes me feel so down all the time. I hate living with him. I hate the things he does. I hate the things he says. I hate the things that he's just constantly lying. And I said to my doctor a few weeks ago, I don't understand why he lies. I said he's lying about even little things, like why does he need to lie? And I don't understand it. But I almost took my life last night because of him, because I've got nothing because of him. And all he does is lie to me, and he lies about me. I don't know if I've ever said this on here. Not just what I've said. I know I've not really said anything about my dad, because I don't, because I'm not allowed to, because I'm not allowed to tell anyone, because bad things happen to people and you just get on with life. That's what my dad tells me. And he tells me not to tell outsiders because it's nothing to do with them, they're outsiders. And tells me not to tell my doctor anything. Like, for years he's told me not to tell her anything. And I was confused what I could tell her. Like, I'm always told I can't tell anyone anything. But, and like I said, I don't know if I've ever said this on here, but over 2 years ago, I think it was like April, May 2 years ago, there was an Inspector called Mark from the police who rang me one day, and he tried to put me in I think a safe house or something like that. And I was really shocked by it. I was shocked that he knew something, because I don't know how he knew. And I was scared, and I wasn't telling anyone anything. I wouldn't have admitted to anything. I wouldn't have told anyone what was going on at that time. But there's been quite a few times, especially in the last year, where I've wished that I had said yes and gone, because I know that I'd be in a better place now. I'd probably have my own place. I'd probably be happier than I am or I've ever been, because I've never been happy. And I wish I'd gone. I wish I'd gone. I wish he'd ring me up again tomorrow and say to me, Melanie, I want to put you in a safe house. I wish you would do that, because I'd go. I've realised, and this is what's upsetting me, that this can't carry on. It can't. It just makes me feel ways that isn't fair. And he's got other children, and it's just me that has had to give up their life for him, and he doesn't appreciate it, and he wants more and more, and he just does horrible things all the time to me, and he lies. Like, why lie? Like, why can't you just tell the truth? Just, I want it to stop, and I want someone to know that something's wrong, and my doctor knows, but unless I tell her, she can't do anything. I just feel like he's took everything away from me and I've got nothing. It's not fair. And he doesn't appreciate everything that I've given up for him, and he's just like stands there and lies to my face and lies and lies and lies. He's not a nice person. So I'm going to show you what I got from Asda. Oh, you don't know, I've just been to Asda. I filmed a lot of Insta stories, but I didn't film for this channel because I'm quite down. I've bought some of the weekly food shop. It wasn't the plan. I just planned to go and get loads of sweet things and a pizza because I'm feeling down. So I got these last week for the first time, or the week before, I can't remember. I think I got them when they were off for £1 and they're back up to £1.50, but they're totally worth £1.50. I highly recommend them. I don't know why I picked this up. I think it's because I'm hungry, but I'm not going to have it now, even though I know it's fun making these little sandwich things. Like I'm a 6-year-old, but I first noticed them because they had a version that had Cadbury's buttons in, and I almost got it. I thought, no, I want to make that. I got a chicken tikka masala, all of the curries and the rices and the naan breads, garlic bread, everything is on offer, so I've picked that up. I had curry last night, but it's got a good date on it, so I can have it at some point next week. I picked up these King Edward roast potatoes because they looked really good. You can't see them as well because of the condensation, but they do look amazing. I picked up 2 all-state pucker pies, again with good dates on them. I'll probably give one of these to my dad. They're on offer for £1. I got a sweet chili chicken pizza. Last time I had pizza I didn't like it, and the time before, so you know, there's a chance I may not like this, but I'm going to have it anyway. Even though I bought a full packet of garlic bread last night and I've not eaten any of it, I stupidly got some garlic and parsley ciabatta breadsticks because they're on offer for £1.13. I got some pop chips in barbecue. I don't even know if I like pop chips, but they were £1, so I got them. As you can tell, I'm a sucker for an offer. 2 of these, I think they're 45 or 50p each. Diet Blue Charge. I don't know if it gives me energy, but you know, who knows. 1 Pepsi Max for my dad because I didn't have a load of cash with me, a bit broke. And I've been drinking Pepsi Max Cherry since around May, June, and I've gone off it. I've got a bottle open at the moment, but I thought I need a few days off it because I'm just not enjoying it as much as I was. I struggled to finish the last 2 days worth, so Diet Coke it is. I spotted these and I love anything salted caramel, so I'm going to give them a go. I'm not leaving them for Christmas. The matchsticks are on offer for £1. All of the flavours that you can think of are in stock, but I just wanted to try these. I got 6 sweet potato onion badges with an absolutely amazing date on. These were £1. Pots of Joy, I mean, I don't know why I got them. I'm probably going to eat them super fast and then think, why have you eaten them, you idiot. Especially seeing as I've lost 3 kilograms and I don't know how I've done that. Probably because I'm stressed out all the time. Probably put it back on now I've told you I've lost it. I noticed yesterday that my clothes weren't as tight as they have been, and I weighed myself this morning and I'm 3 kilograms lighter than I was the last time I weighed myself. Because I used to religiously weigh myself, but I haven't for a while. Anyway, I'm obviously going to put it all back on because I got a Russell's barbecue rib. I used to have this all the time. It's nice on a Saturday lunchtime or any lunchtime because I keep skipping lunch, then eating crap. One off for £1. This is the first thing I picked up. Scotty brand Scotch broth. I don't know if I like Scotch broth, but this was like £1.25 and I thought I might as well get it. I can have it for a lunch in the next day or two. And then I got the squeaky bean wrap bap or just attack fishless fingers. They're an offer for £2, and I have the chicken nuggets in here. I need to check the date on everything. I don't want anything to go off because it's a waste and we're broke. These have got the 16th on. I'll have them at weekend, I think. So I've got a full pack of garlic bread there. And this one, but this one's out of date, so that could be binned. So I've got these. I've got some sausages. I've got mozzarella sticks. I've got a piece of bloody fish. I'm going to freeze them. I've got a pack of frozen from last week. I think that's tomorrow's date. Hold on, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, it's Saturday's, but I'm still freezing it. And I'm going to have to have fish tomorrow. So, yeah. I can't really afford to, as you can see, I can't afford to waste stuff at the moment. So, normally I would easily, happily throw that out, but I'm not. I don't have time to sit and mess and try and set this up better because I know you can barely see me, but I've got about 3 minutes. Just at my doctor's, I got an emergency doctor's appointment. No thanks to the staff. I called in yesterday and left a message for my doctor to phone me, and I thought, I won't ring triage because I've left a message from my doctor. She'll know it's important because part of the message was, it's important, I need to speak to her, can she ring me? I'll tell you what exactly happened when I came out because I'm just trying to drink some Diet Blue Charge that I grabbed out the fridge. But the very person that didn't want to give my doctor a message and hasn't given the doctor a message because I've done it another way, Alison, is actually in because she's parked on the car park at the front, which I think's out of order. I think staff other than maybe the doctor shouldn't park there because there's about 5 or 6 spaces. And lo and behold, pride of place is Alison's Mini. And if it wasn't for my quick thinking, I wouldn't have got my doctor to phone me, and then she wouldn't have known there was a problem, and I would have had to wait till Monday for me to then leave another message for her. In fact, what I was going to do, I was actually getting ready to come here to leave another message for her, and I was in the middle of getting ready and my phone rang and I knew it was my doctor. It just said private number, but I knew I weren't expecting a call from anyone else. So I'm going to drink a bit of this and then walk around. And I could have parked outside my doctor's, but then, I mean, I have filmed outside before, but I just thought, no, drive around the corner, then you have a little bit of a walk round, like 30 seconds. My appointment's in about 3.5 minutes. It's less than 3 minutes away. So when I come back, I will let you know exactly what happened yesterday. I had a feeling from what was said to me, the message won't get passed on. It's a good job I'm intelligent. I actually need the toilet, but I don't have time to go to the toilet. Anyway, I'll see you a lot later. I know my hair needs washing. I almost washed it, so, oh god. Like I said, I was getting ready to go to my doctor's to like leave another message, and she rang me, and then I thought, oh, should I wash my hair? And I'm like, it doesn't feel that greasy, because it doesn't. Technically it is hair washing day because I do it every other day, and I last did it Wednesday. I think it's looking a bit more greasier because I was in a steamy bathroom and it makes my hair look a bit... I was in and out so fast then, because she knew what it was about and she literally got straight down to it, examined me, prescribed me what she's prescribed me, and I've left all my prescriptions at home. Is it anything that I need urgently? I know I've got one in my car from the other day. Do I need... What is it? I knew what it was. Do I need it? I'm gonna have to go on because there's something that I forgot to take, that I need to take to help with how I'm feeling. So the only reason I've got these on, I know it's not sunny now, but there's bits of really sunniness, bits of sunniness around. Like, there's been a few places that are super sunny, and I've needed them, so I've got them next to me because I'm not putting them on yet because it's not super sunny here. So I'm going to go home, trying to decide which way I'm going to go. I'm going to go home, I need to take a prescription, I need to take a medication, I might as well pick up all my prescriptions. Then I'm going to go and do the weekly food shop. I'll catch up with you. At the moment, there's enough footage for 2 vlogs, but I have a couple of rants, and I don't think I'm going to keep the rants in. I'll keep a little bit of what it's about in, but that's it. I don't look too bad though, do I? I've got a spot there. Ugh, I look like I've been dragged through a hedge. I mean, I don't know how long to film for, or what to tell you, or what to say, because I feel like I've filmed a lot this week, but at the same time I haven't, but I have, because I've sat in my car twice this week at night. Well, 7 o'clock night, distraught because of stuff that's going on that is making me really unhappy and stressed. And yeah, I don't know how much of the footage I'm going to keep in my vlog. Like I said quite a few hours ago, I said it like 4:15 and it's 7 o'clock now, or 10 to 7. Been in Aldi, I've been in B&M, and I'm at Tesco and I've got to go in yet. I've just been drinking a diet, or not diet, it's Coca-Cola Energy. I've not seen these in quite a few weeks. I was getting them every week because I really like it, and I've not seen it. And then I was walking to the checkout and I spotted some in the chiller, so I was like, I'm having one of them, because my voice is all hello Pat, Frank Butcher. That is the worst bloody impression of anyone. I'm going to go and get my prescriptions, some shopping. I need the toilet, but I'm determined not to use the public toilet. I don't have much left to get. I've not bought myself any food, yet I've spent 40 quid in one shop and 10 in the other. What did I get for myself? I got a few bits to put aside for Christmas, like 2 bottles of beer for my dad. I've got some... don't know, what else did I get? I know I got my dad some chicken, I got him some soup, I got him some stuff. I didn't get myself much, but I've got lots of stuff at home. I just got 2 tins of barbecue baked beans from B&M. They're for me. Living on the edge here. But I've got fishless fish fingers, I've got chicken nuggets that are not really chicken, I've got 2 packs of 2 chicken breasts in the freezer, I've got loads of garlic bread, I've got fish for tonight because it's got today's date on it. So I know I need some Brussels sprouts. I think I got myself some carrot and swede mash in Aldi. The bite cook's way too small for him and he was probably stirring me out. But I didn't really get myself much, so I'm getting some pop. Maybe some water, because I need to try and get myself to drink more water. I might try and get something for lunch. I know I need some filtered milk. I've not even had any coffee for days. My dad wants some filtered milk. He wants some porridge. I've got Frosties. Actually, I need some cereal milk. But I did some shopping last night. I bought a pie. I've got a pie. I got my fish fingers last night. So I don't really actually need that much. Some toilet rolls would be good. My dad might need some. I've not got any many for ages. And I keep forgetting to see if he needs any. So I'll share the bag that I get, because I know I've still got some from last week. So if I get a 9-pack, I can give him a couple. But I've not bought him any for ages. So he must, I don't know. Well, he must have some left, because if he didn't, he'd tell me. I know I was drinking another energy drink last time I filmed. I've still got... You should see how he's pedaling the bike. I don't know if it's because he's too big for it or what, but he's... Turns out Alison did actually give my doctor the message, because I sent her a message another way, and she was like, oh, Alison gave it to me, because like Alison was very reluctant to take a message off me. I said, yeah, I got heavily questioned, and my doctor doesn't like it when I badmouth the staff, but Alison sometimes is so nice and helpful and friendly, and then there's times when she's a bit of a bitch. And she's like, why do you want a message to go to the doctor when it's about what I saw on Monday? I got told that if it gets worse or I don't get better, to leave a message. And she was reluctant, so I didn't think it had gone through, because it was the afternoon. I was like, right, I'm gonna get ready, I'm gonna go down and leave another message. And then as I was like got out the shower, she rang me, and then she put me in at 4, and I was in and out. I think I waited about 3 minutes for it, and I was in with her for about 5, and that included a really thorough examination and telling me what I need to take and why, and yeah. But the waiting room was super busy, and I know she was the only doctor there. I think the junior might have been in, but she still has to approve everything he does. So I just don't see the point in junior doctors, but they've got to learn. Yeah, that's it really. Week's gone really fast. I've not got much to show for it. Heavily stressed out. Very heavily stressed out. And yeah, nothing really much to say, other than I really need to go in the shop and I want to go home. And it's 7 o'clock and I'll be looking to get home for 8, and I'm broke. Super broke. I've got Sunday's vlog to edit, and I know there's over an hour footage because I started editing it a couple of nights ago. And I was meant to carry on editing it last night, and I was just stressed out. So I'm going to do a bit of work on it today, more work on it tomorrow, and upload it overnight Saturday going into Sunday on Wi-Fi. It might need me to finish it off on 4G, but that doesn't matter. And the rain is starting, and I could have gone into the shopping this time, but no, do I? No, I don't. I sit here chatting, and I'm having fish for tea. Might have a pie tomorrow. I might have chicken nuggets, but I wanted barbecue beans, and that's what I got. And the 75p a tin in B&M, but I think they're £1 in here. Sometimes they do 2 for £1.50, and if they've got that offer on, even though I've picked 2 up, I'm going to pick another 2 up. I picked a tin up of Aldi's baked beans because someone said they're really good, and I said to beat M&S baked beans, they're going to have to be amazing. M&S baked beans are like 35 or 38p, and they're 10 times better than Heinz baked beans. So I've just got I think I'm going to have lots of beans because I got fishless fish fingers, I got chicken nuggets, so chicken nuggets, blah, blah, blah. See, I was going to go in the shop, and now it's like really pouring it down, so I might sit here. But I don't want to film a lot because I'm going to film a food haul when I get home as well. If I ever get home today, oh yes. So I'm going to show you what I got from Aldi. So I got this Pause Off My Food, $2.99. About 3 weeks ago, I got this one. someone say food. Oh god, I need to clean by the bin. And it basically just fits a water dish on, it doesn't fit food bowl on, but this, if you look, it's gonna fit both on. So I got this. So she can have everything on it. I got her a mat originally because she's a big dribbler. She gets mouthfuls of water and dribbles it all over the floor. And the washable, I think. The last one said washable on. It won't focus. Anyway. There was lots of designs in case you're wondering. So I've got some ibuprofen, some paracetamol. My dad's just turned his telly down so he can clearly hear me talking. 2 cans of Diet Red Thunder, British tender stem broccoli. If I'm talking quiet, just turn your volume up. Carrot sweet mash, roast potatoes. I saw this at the checkout, peanut butter flavoured popcorn. I'm either going to love it or hate it. Some sea bass fillets with chili butter. I saw it, took a picture, sent it to my dad. I'm like, do you want this? He's like, yep. So I got it. Some deep filled mince pies for my dad. Sugar snap peas, a treat bag of minstrels, some special golden vegetable rice. I got some milk chocolate Leibkuchen. These were £1 in Aldi. I don't particularly like them. I don't like chocolate orange, but then again, I've not tried this in years. As I said, I think I said a few weeks ago or last week, I'm buying bits and pieces in preparation for Christmas, so it's not a big expense at once. I got 2 protein yogurts, so there's 25 grams of protein in this. I got strawberry and peach and passion fruit. It also did raspberry. I don't like raspberry, and these are 75p each. I've just had the other half of that. It wasn't amazing. I think it's Pet Week, by the way. There was a gorgeous bed that my dog would love, and it was £20, and I was tempted to get it because she has a cushion near the conservatory door, and it's just getting a bit thin. And the extra large size of the dog bed was only £20, but I'm a little bit broke, so I couldn't do it. So I got 4 packs. I think there's 4 packs or 5 packs in there. 2 of these beers. They're going to get hidden away from my dad because they're his for Christmas time. And if he saw them, he'd drink them. Carrot coriander soup and chicken and multigrain soup for my dad. I've heard that Aldi baked beans are amazing. My favourites are Marks and Spencer's, which are like 38p. I think these are like 32, so we'll see. 2 cans of Diet Coke, a pack of chicken breasts, 10 caramel shortcake bites, they were £1. And then that came to just under £35, and not much of it's mine. The drinks are mine, the yogurts, the Galaxy Minstrels, the popcorn. Yeah, that's really it. So I've got my tea in the oven. It's got like 9 minutes left, so I've got 9 minutes to do all the shopping. I got some soya milk for my cereal. I don't know where this is actually going to go in the fridge because I just dropped loads of stuff everywhere. The cooker needs cleaning, but who cares? Filtered milk. These are absolutely gorgeous, and they're normally 2 for £1, but they're still 60p each. All the ILO lashes I got a third off, and these were the most expensive, probably because they're pre-glued. I never wear false lashes, and I've got a few pairs, so I thought I might start wearing them because I do like having nice lashes. Paracetamol are small ear cleaners, but they're not meant to be ear cleaners. I got 2 boxes of the Quality Street Matchmakers in gingerbread. I picked up 2, one to go in the Christmas stuff that I'm starting to collect, and one to try, because if I really like it, I'll probably get quite a few boxes. They're £1. Some Brussels sprouts. I got a Dairy Milk Advent calendar. Some cheese oatcakes. Some Cathedral City Baked Bites. They're an offer for £1. I got a full loaf of bread this week. Misty Kipling 4 chocolate caramel and pecan slices. They sound amazing. Paracetamol. milk. I realised I've got over 2 of these myself. My dad asked for 1. He might have to have 2 because my fridge is full. I've hardly had any coffee this week. Rivita Thins 3 cheese flatbreads. I got them for my dad because he has them and them, so I thought he might have to try them, and they're an offer for £1. 4 bottles of the 1.25 litre bottle of Pepsi Max. I get this size because it's actually slightly cheaper per litre than the 1.5 litre bottles. I got 2 Diet Coke for me because I've gone off cherry Pepsi Max. A small Dr Pepper, which I'm going to have now. A massive box of Quaker Oats So Simple. It's a 20 pack. It was on offer for £2. It's normally £4. They do have the other ones, but this is for my dad, so yeah. And I got a 9 pack of toilet roll to share. I've got a minute until my alarm goes off and it'll stop the recording, so I better get on with it. This is what I got from B&M. I got 2 boxes of these Milka cake bars. As I always say, these taste like freshly baked cakes. They're only £1. I recommend them. I gave one of these away today to someone. I have at least 3 on the go. One's getting quite low, so I just pick one up most of the time that I go in. These noodles are absolutely gorgeous. Coca noodles are the best noodles I've ever tried. I try and get this one quite often. Thornton's mint cream milk chocolate. They sound gorgeous and they're only £1. I'm wishing I'd picked up more boxes, but there's loads, but doesn't mean there's going to be any left when I go in next. Derma V10 coconut hand pack. It sounds amazing. I did a hand mask a few weeks ago, or a bit longer, and it was interesting. Love these at the moment. I highly recommend them. They're like 56p or 46p. Barbecue baked beans. Had to get them. And I got a Crocodile. This is the big one. My fridge is not that big. It's like half the size. Like I have a fridge freezer.